Start, Karthik.
We are live, ma'am. Yeah.
So I
You
can
can.
start,
Please.
right? Yeah, thank
Of
you.
course, you can. Proceed.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guest. This is Chitra Narayanan. I will be the SAA for today's meeting. I welcome you all to the 354th meeting of Speak Magic Toastmasters Area E4, Region 13 and District 120. Before starting the meeting, I would like to mention 3 ground rules we follow in our Toastmasters meeting. As a Toastmaster, we don't talk about sex, religion, and politics, so please refrain from discussing these topics. Please put yourself on mute if you are not speaking. Please turn on your video for more engagement talks and discussion. Just like any other organization, for Toastmasters Club also, we have some mission. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Before we begin, let me share a quick thought. People often say, I don't have time for yoga and meditation. They may be too busy, they may be too stressed, too many things pulling us in every direction, right? But let me offer you a different perspective. You don't need extra time for yoga, believe it or not. You just need focus and attention, unwavering attention, actually. The real essence of yoga is presence, total attention to the moment. It is about aligning the body, mind, and energy in whatever you are doing. So, here is a simple practice tip I invite you to try. Whatever you are doing, do it with complete dedication, do it with complete focus and unwavering attention. That's it. Whether you are writing an email, cleaning your kitchen, or preparing to speak here at our club, be fully in it. No distractions, no autopilot, just focused effort and full hearted intention. That is yoga. So, as we begin today's meeting, I invite you to practice that kind of presence. Let us bring our full energy, our full self into every role and every speech. With this, I'm handing over the dice to the presiding officer. Thank you.
Thank you, Master Chitra, for the for starting the meeting. So now we'll start over this meeting. We have a few guests also for joining this meeting. So let me. So this is 350th milestone meeting, which we are starting. So with that, let me first start the meeting with the gravel. So I think it is not visible here for you. So that's the thing. And today, we have few guests also who have joined this meeting. So let me request the guests to introduce themselves to this meeting. And first of all, let's welcome them. And let me welcome Arami, who is joined as an offline. So can you please start? Sure. You can introduce yourself. Yeah, actually, here you like because it's a science.
Hello, I'm Arvind here. I heard about Toastmaster been some time, but I did not have a chance to connect. So through online, I made a connection request. So the team has invited. Yesterday, Mr. Karthik called me and asked me to join the meeting here. So I joined here. Let's see how it goes. Eagerly waiting for it.
Yeah. Thank you. Welcome. Yeah. So next, let me welcome Venkat Krishna. So Venkat Krishna, can you please introduce yourself?
Sure. Thank you, Mr. Tamodran. Yeah. So myself, I am Venkat Krishna. Probably you can call me as either Venkat or Krishna. And I am a resident of T Nagar. And I heard about Toastmasters quite some time back in my young age, but I haven't got the opportunity to be a part of Toastmasters since then. But I've been a part of various clubs since my childhood. But soon after I heard that Toastmasters Club exists in T Nagar itself, I Googled it and then I got the contact of Mr. Saroj, Toastmaster Saroj, and I connected with him and got in touch with him, and then I'm here today with you all. trying to improve myself, my communication, and my leadership skills as well. Yeah. Thank you.
Welcome, sir. Thank you so much for your wonderful introduction. So now let me welcome Vrishali. Vrishali, can you please introduce yourself?
Sure.
Yeah, Toastmaster Mr. Vrishali.
Yeah. Hi everyone. I'm Toastmaster Vrishali. I'm currently an MBA student. I live in Mumbai, and I am a VPE of Charismatic Speaker Toastmaster Club. So nice to meet you everyone, and I'm excited to be part of this meeting today. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your introduction. Let's welcome. So any other guests who are available? Ilya Ranganathan? Okay, fine. So now with that, we'll get started. So that is a wonderful introduction, education session. All this is part of our today's meeting. As usual, in the Toastmasters, there are so much learning, right? Who are part of the Toastmasters, they never leave it, even after 10 years, 15 years. That's the story, right? There are very few leaving because of personal reasons. But obviously, like when Toastmasters, they are being leading Toastmasters and they become DTM, second DTM, like that, they keep on adding more pathways because the learning comes not only the communications part, but the leadership also. Basically, they learn, and then there is another key component of Toastmaster is the education session, where there is a widespread education around the knowledge, where we can expand our knowledge also as part of the Toastmaster. So one such session is what we are having today. And with that, let me invite Toastmaster Rishi, who is a Toastmaster of the day today. And Rishi was part of the YMCA Toastmaster Club before. He has joined our Speak Mighty Club recently. He has been to UK. Yeah. So he studied UK, and he is now he's being an AI engineer now in IT field. So before we call upon Toastmaster of the day, can I request to Lechu Karthik to please give the last week's achievements? Do you have it handy? If not, it is fine. We will proceed.
Yes, sir. We are good to proceed and
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
No issue. So let me welcome Toastmaster of the day, Rishi. Yes.
Thank you, Presiding Officer Toastmaster Damodar. So today I'm going to talk about the theme. Today, expectation versus reality. So when you talk about expectation versus reality, before I start the theme, do you have any personal funny expectation versus reality? Can I start from? Yeah, I will start from Chitra.
Rishi, yeah. Would you please repeat the question again? Sorry, I missed it.
No, that's fine. Do you have any personal expectation versus reality? You know, like things happen to you, something like that?
I mean, expectation versus reality. I have a more expectation about certain things, but in reality, I may face some disappointment. You are asking about those things, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it is always happening, actually, whenever I'm expecting about certain things, like even in my personal career, even in my personal dreams, if I expect more, if I, dream more something, but without any actions, it cannot come true. But end of the day, I used to face a lot of disappointments, but at the same time, I have some guts to handle all those obstacles. So that's it.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chitra, for the wonderful answer. Next, I call upon Lechu Karthik. The same question again. Do you have any personal expectation of reality?
Sorry, Toastmaster Damodaran, like I kind of missed the question completely because I was in the middle of a call. So if you could repeat the question alone, it would be great.
Yeah, are you able to hear me now?
Yeah, I'm able to hear you.
Okay. So, Mr. Karthik, are you available?
Let's I think you are able to hear us.
He
He will
will back.
Okay, right. So then it's voice is clear, right? If anyone are not able to hear, please let us know.
You are very much audible. We are
Okay.
able to hear you. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay then. I think no one has about their personal expectation.
I have one. So can I?
Yeah.
Yes, fine. It's fine.
If you wanted to come here, it's your wish.
So I have a positive experience actually to share actually. So I love actually to go on road trips, and it was one fine morning on the month of May where we're not feeling very well because it was very hot, and at that time I think we thought how should we spend the time, because it was a holiday time, kids were at home, and what should we do? We are very bored, and we just went out in our car, and then while going out we thought let's go to Yelagiri. Yelagiri is a place very near to Chennai, only I think 3 hours or something, and we are quite surprised by the things that we saw on the way to Yelagiri and what we found in Yelagiri. And it was quite an amazing experience. I mean, not only for me, but also for my kids, because they're very small. Especially there was a small birds park where you can give food to birds, and it was very entertaining, especially for my younger son. And we're just coming out of this COVID lockdown, and it was really a time which was not expected. So, I mean, sometimes we expect a lot, get very less, but this time we didn't expect a lot, but we got a lot. So it was kind of a positive experience, and we really relish that moment, and those photos and those videos we still see to actually remember and relive those moments that we had in Yelagiri. Yeah, so that was my experience.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saroj, for the wonderful experience which you had, which is similar to the experience was a reality. Now we have Prashanti, you raised your hand.
Yeah, good evening, Toastmasters and my dear guest. Uh, First, reality versus what was the task? What you have
Okay.
given? Sorry,
Expectation versus reality.
no, I could not able to hear your voice.
Ma'am, he was expectation versus reality.
Okay, expectations versus reality. Okay, yeah, thank you. Expectations promised comfort and reality delivered a growth. So when we expect something that 100% it will be promised to be done within the time period, and what it is done, that we can look into that and we can enjoy that it's done reality. And I expected success, but I received even the lesson first. Life happens between expectations and reality too. And some of the expectations sorry, some of the expectation which I get succeeded, and so that even the reality also I can make sure that it has been done in a perfect way. That's all. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Rohit. Oh, sorry.
That's fine. That's
Okay.
fine.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You see,
Yeah.
sorry, you called me. I couldn't respond at time. Hope things are fine, right?
I mean, I just wanted to, do you have any, in a funny version, like expectation was a reality?
Okay, a funny incident from my life, expectation versus reality. Yes, there are several incidents, and everyone has that, right? And to name one, okay. When I completed when I was done with my school education, I was about to enter college. And about college, I had a great expectation. Like, have you seen this movie, Inidhu Inidhu?
where all people will go to college and do those colorful things. Okay. And but it wasn't like that. My college was like a school. So I understood not all expectations will match reality. We should have that reality check every time. So that was one that expectation versus reality moment, which I cannot forget. So thanks for reminding that, Rishi. PM Modi, I'm giving this back to you.
Thank you, Leche Karthik, for the wonderful answer which you have given. I will tell my most funnier version of my great expectation versus reality. Now we are starting the team and the meeting. So good evening, fellow Toastmasters as well as guests who are present offline as well as online. I am Rishi. I'm 25 years old. What do you expect to be and very, like awkward life in a moment where my mom thinks I'm a genius, my junior thinks I'm a junior, and my UK's master's degree is a very expensive coaster for my morning coffee. So let's dive into the UK dream, which is the expectation versus the reality. So in UK, I was staying for 2 years and I was going to finish my master's degree. I had a specific vision that I will come back to India. I don't know why. And I was thinking myself after I landed in the Chennai airport, I was thinking myself, I was an international tech consultant. I was wearing my coat, even though despite the 40-degree heat in Chennai, and I was also carrying a MacBook, which I have right now, and so that I will be resolving the GDP issues single-handedly using artificial intelligence. So that was my expectation in UK. Then the reality struck in. When I landed to Chennai, what happened is I had paid 30,000 pounds to have to get my fake British accent, but that didn't work on a Chennai auto driver. I tried explaining the optimal route using my GPS data to the Chennai auto driver, but he looked at me from top to bottom. Aina, 50 ரூபாய் கொடு, உள்ள வரியா, வெளியே வரியா. That was his reply to me. If anybody knows Tamil, just let me know. I know every one of you knows Tamil here. So next is my AA job, which is the expectation versus the reality. So the expectation is I had some seniors in my company. So in my company, when I say the word AI, they think that AI is a science fiction. But for my family, what my relative thinks that I'm going to build a robot that will replace them in the future. But that is not reality. That is not expectation. And my uncle the other day asked me, if you are an AI engineer, why can't you fix my WhatsApp issues? That is what people expect from me. But the reality is, as Damodaran as well as Saroj works in the software industry and also in the IT industry, for reality, I stare at my computer for at least 8 hours a day, thinking why my smart computer is labeling masala dosa as a Europe file. So that is the reality. So yeah, that is one of the reality. And next thing I would say is, yeah. So next I would like to call upon the educational speaker to have their education session. So I invite Toastmaster Sri Priya from Majestic Chennai Toastmaster Club. So to introduce her, she has 25 years of experience in banking and financial sector. Now she has turned as the certified master corporate trainer and leader development professional. Currently, she is a guest faculty at Customs Department in Tiruvallur Police School, and she is an active Toastmaster and mentor. I invite Toastmaster Sri Priya for her educational session. Back to you, Toastmasters.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Rishi. Thank you so much. Very good evening to all Speak Magic members and guests. Thanks for that wonderful introduction, Toastmaster Rishi. All right. So today's education session is on the art of vocal expression. Let me all ask you one question. Why do you think you're giving a speech? Can anyone answer? Before that,
Yeah.
can I have the videos on, please? Our essay read our script and like I was expecting all the videos to be on. Thank you. Like, yeah, you can now tell me, why do you think you are giving a speech?
To express, to convey a message.
Beautiful, to convey a message. Anybody else?
To remove our nerves.
Nervousness. Okay. Anybody?
To get
Create an
connected with that.
impact.
Sorry?
Create an impact.
Wonderful. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Thank God no one said that, I just wanted to complete my project, my level. That's why I wanted to give a speech, or the same standard answer, like I want to improve my communication skill or just get rid of my stage anxiety. So wonderful answers. Exactly. Like some of you have told. So don't you think that you're giving a speech to influence people, to inspire people with your story, to persuade the audience to do something, or I could say that to simply to connect with your audience? Yes? Do you agree? Yes. Of course, what we say matters. However, don't you think that how we say also matters? That's more important, right? How many of you know who Charlie Chaplin is? We all know, right? We all know the Charlie Chaplin. Have you ever seen his shows? As a kid, I think many of you would have seen. I'm not sure if it is now telecasted anymore. Okay. Charlie Chaplin is supposedly the only personality who got the longest standing ovation in the Oscar award ceremony. But he never spoke any words in his shows. But yet he was able to communicate just through his body language. Yeah, those days there was no voice, right? His message landed to the audience and they were able to relate to the emotions, they were able to relate to the humor or the story without even a single word. How wonderful it is, isn't it? So the body language speaks so much. So even before your words land, your posture, your gestures, your expressions, everything speaks million words. Here, when I say expression, it's not just about the body language, it's also about your vocal, right? So communication is not just about what you say, it's also about how you say it also matters. So every time you're on the stage, your speech don't just deliver. Remember, my dear Toastmasters, you are getting a chance to perform on the stage. That's very important. And any monotone speech is like, what would I say? An elevator music, a music in the elevators that you listen. People also just tune out. But if you add that ingredients of pitch, pace, pause, tone, everything, suddenly that music becomes like a Ilayaraja orchestra, right? So that's where the beauty lies in bringing your vocal variations. So here we go to understand our vocal dynamics today. That refers to the variations that we are bringing in the volume, intensity, expressiveness of a speaker's voice during the speech. All these voice modulations changes significantly. It enhances the emotion of the speech, the impact of the speech that you're giving. Okay. Now, remember, we have 3 V's that you can remember. One is the verbal, which is the content, your grammar, the way you're structuring your speech, your message, everything that comes under the verbal. The second V is the vocal part of it. And the third one is the visual. Okay, here comes your body language. So let's keep aside our verbal part and the visual, our body language part. Today, our focus is on vocal, right? So vocal has this three important things that you can remember. I can call it as PPT. It's easy to remember. One is pitch. Second one is pace. The third one is anybody? I said PPT. What could be the third one? Can you make it little interactive?
Voice modulation.
No, T. I said pitch, pace, and what could be for the T?
Tone.
And tone. Wonderful. Yes. Pitch, pace, and tone. These, they call it as paraverbal. This is supporters of our voice, right? When I say pitch, what do you think? What pitch is? What is pitch?
Pitch is a rhythm.
That rhythm, beautifully said. It's the melody of our voice, right? That is pitch, the volume of our voice. Okay, what is pace? Everyone can say this very easily. It's the speed at which we are speaking, right? That is pace. Now, what is this tone? Like one is melody and one is speed. What is a tone? All right. So tone is nothing but an emotional color of your voice. It's the emotion that you're emoting through your voice. Got it? So these are the three important elements of our vocal expression that we are going to see today. And we have another important aspect also to be added. I will do it in the end of the session. Right, let's now come to the pitch, and I will try to make it a little bit interesting here. So what is pitch? I said it's the volume. So pitch is your voice. Now I'm going to, it's like your spice in the food. Now just imagine you add too little spice in your food. It is going to be very bland, right? Your food is going to be very bland. And if you're going to add too much, and again, it will be very overwhelming. Agreed? So we need to have a very moderate, right balance of spices in your food. Just the right amount, and it will make your food so delicious. It's the same thing with your pitch also. It's the volume that matters a lot. High volume, low volume, how much is required, when it is required, makes it like a delicious food. Like when are we using high volume? See, when there is an excitement part in your speech. This is not the most important part of my life. Say something you're narrating. You say, this is not the most important part of my life. Okay, with that excitement in the high volume. And when are we using with the low volume? When something seriously you're saying, it was a very critical moment of my life, right? So we use a little bit of low volume here. So this is where the variation we bring in the volume, in the pitch. Got it? Yes. Wonderful. Now let's go to the second, which is pace. Now imagine, let's come back to our cooking. So let's come back to our cooking. So imagine cooking your favorite dish. Okay, if you keep your flame high and cook it. Now tell me what will happen to your food. Do you think the food will taste good? Either it will be half cooked because you have kept the volume, the flame high, okay, or definitely the flavors wouldn't have got infused in your food. So we cook sometimes in a low flame and sometimes in the medium, sometimes in the high flame as required. The same pattern even in the pace. Now think of your speech like a music, okay? Every music that we hear it's like played, does it been played at the same speed? No, right? Sometimes it will be fast, sometimes it will be slow. That rhythm comes into your music. But when you mix up slow here and there, you create a beautiful excitement, emotions, everything in your song, in your music. The same way, adjust your speaking speed wherever required. Slow down if you're trying to emphasize on any point. Okay, especially your key takeaway at the end of your speech, you always give a call to action, a key takeaway. So you can slow down there to emphasize, and you can speed up for your excitement, wherever that excitement part in your story, you can speed up, right? Now, let me also ask you, just to relate it to easily remember, who set the pitch in a Toastmasters meeting? Generally, something.
Yes.
Who
Essay
set- essay? Okay.
and the TMOD, both of them.
Yeah, can we say TMOD? Yeah, because TMOD plays the MC role, right? And you have seen MCs in the TVs and all, like how much of volume they raise in a big crowd when they do. And who sets the pace of the Toastmasters meeting?
The table topic master.
All right. Can we also say general evaluator? He slowly explains and calls and explains about each and every role players. And when he gives his comments also, like he's going in a very slow pace, giving recommendations and all, right? All right. So this is the pitch and the pace that we have seen. Now let's come to the tone. What did I say for the tone? Tone is the
Emotional covering.
emotion of your vocal, right? So this is like the can we call it as a seasoning in your favorite food? It's like the seasoning, okay? That's what add that flavors, right? When you finally put some coriander and all the seasoning and all, that gives a wonderful flavor. So it changes the entire flavor. So your tone says the complete emotion of your speech. The same words that you say can sound lovingly sometimes, can sound sarcastic, can sound angrily. Everything is because of your tone, right? Everything is because of your tone. For example, in Toastmasters, if you say, we can call like it's the essay who sets the tone of the meeting. Okay, comes and happily opens the meeting, right? So he or she is the one who gives the energy to the meeting. So we can say SA is the person who sets the tone of the meeting. So whatever you emote in your script, the sadness or the happy part of it, it's all comes from the tone, right? So now the speech, pace, and tone is something that according to your script, you're going to apply it. You should know where which part of your script, your story needs that high volume, the low volume, where does it that tone is required, any sad thing that you're talking about, any pain point you're talking about, what kind of emotion you can bring it in your tone, okay, where you need to go slow, where you need to go fast. It's all something that you need to infuse in it in your story, right? When you're making the script and practicing it. Wonderful. So we saw about the pitch, pace, and tone. Now, the next important aspect is pause. Right. Do you all think that pause is needed or not in a speech? Where our speeches are 5 to 7 minutes, right? So do you think a pause is needed or not?
Required, highly required.
Highly required. Okay, very nice. And any other needed? Yes. Thank you, Uma. Anybody else? Is it needed or not? Or I can just go with my space.
I think, ma'am, it is needed, especially for the audience to catch up and synchronize.
Audience to synchronize. Wonderful, wonderful. So for some of them who don't know, let me see. Like imagine you're reading a paragraph from your textbook or anything. So if you just go on, the paragraph does not contain any punctuation marks, and you just go on read it, it becomes so exhausting, right? You cannot actually comprehend, understand it. So that's what's happened when you speak without any pauses. So pauses like this comma, like full stop, all this exclamation mark of your voice, it gives your words that require meaning, and it gives time for the audience to take, to observe the information. So when do you think you need this pause? Can anyone say, when do you think you need this pause?
When we forget the script or
How wonderful when we forget the script. Yeah. Not bad, not bad.
We encounter, like commas in the speech. For example, if I give a speech, I put a pause when we have a comma.
All right. So Uma is saying when you want the audience to think on an important point. Wonderful, Uma. Thank you so much. Exactly. See, now that's the power of a pause, because the pause is like a deliberate act that we are taking a short break in our speech. Okay. It allows the audience time to process the information you're giving. Okay. And like what Lachu Karthik said, it also allows us time to think about our next point in our script, right? So sometimes these pauses also build suspense, anticipations in audience mind. Agreed? Yes. So when do we give all these pauses, if you see? Before and after any key points. You're making any key point, then you can give a pause. That's when the audience, a complicated message or any key points, it gives the time for the audience to actually process the information, right? After a question, after we raise a question to the audience, we can give a pause for audience to answer. Sometimes they may answer, sometimes they may not answer, but yet we need to time, right? We can't ask a question and just move on. We have to ask a question and we can give a pause there. In between our sections, right? So this pause is like something like in a movie you go, there is an interval, right? Just before the interval, have you seen how the screenplay will be there? Just before the interval, there will be some suspense that they create and then they leave an interval. So that even during the interval break, like people will be thinking what's next. So that kind of anticipation and suspense also we can create with that few seconds of pause. Now, when it is also more important or required is like when you use the filler words. Ums and ahs, if so, but, because we use it multiple times, no? When we use this ums and ahs, what happens is the impression it creates on our participants is like, these words reduces your credibility. It becomes like you're too much thinking about what to speak next, right? You forgot your content, you forgot your script. That's when you're using multiple ums and ahs. So it takes away that influence, that impact that you are trying to create in the audience with your speech. So in those cases, replace your ums and ahs with the pause. That half a second pause, replace it. Right? So when you pause, you give people time to think. I said at the same time, like, you're also pacing out your speech and trying to avoid bringing in all those filler words. Got it? Am I clear so far? Why a pause is so required? See, now there are like different types of pauses. Like I would say some 3 pauses I will tell you, 3 to 4 pauses. One is a sentence pause. Okay, so a brief pause at the end of every sentence. Usually that is half a second. Like while I'm speaking, you can see now of every sentence, there is a pause, half a second. So we can call it as a sentence pause. Now, like our punctuation mark, we have a comma pause. Again, a short pause here, similar to the time it takes to say a comma. Like when we are reading a sentence, we just take an half a second space in our one sentence. Sometimes we can't read a sentence completely, it will change the meaning. So even your script, your speech also, you can't go on without any intonation, without any pause, without any ups and downs. So that is it. Then spontaneous pause. This is like something like, an unplanned pause that occurs very naturally sometimes. You can allow it to happen. Otherwise, pause, we call it as a deliberate pause. Sometimes spontaneously also pauses occur. You can it's so unplanned that you can allow it to happen because it will look more natural. And we take a long pause. Yes, sometimes we'll take a long pause. When do you think we take a long pause, or why do you think we take a long pause? Why do we take a long pause? For some dramatic effect that we wanted to give to our script, we take a long pause. Yes. And sometimes when we ask a question and wait for the answer, it ends up with a little longer pause. Yeah. So to create the dramatic effect, then like you said, tell a sad story, and even before the end, the suspense of the story you break and all, you can give a long pause in your script, in your speech. So pauses in speech are like this, I could say, like your pickle. You should not have it too many pauses also. Only required places, little bit of pauses here and there, like you can bring in your public speaking. So pause is very, very important, but use it wisely. Thank you, Tamar, for that green card. Thank you so much. So we call this as a strategic pause is much important to create that impact. Yes. All, everyone, are you in line? I
Yes,
would
ma'am,
say
we are following.
at this point of time, I would say in Toastmaster meeting, who puts that pause?
Timer runs.
Timer. See, our timer has given a pause there. Right. So, my dear Toastmaster, so with this perfect combo of all these vocal variety, pitch, pace, tone, pause, our vocal variety will it will make wonders. And I'm sure that, your message to the audience will never fail. Okay, that's where you are actually performing on stage. When I say performing, it's definitely not the big drama that we are making. No, not at all. You have seen all great speakers. They don't do any dramas. It's not about the drama that you're making. All the dramas comes out of your vocal. Right? So that variations, that modulations only you bring, and you will never fail to entertain your audience. So words are definitely a powerful tool, no doubt about it. It makes us connect with the audience, but what makes more connected, valued, and relatable is with the audience is your vocal variety and body language. And not to forget the body language part, we are not touching on that, but that is more important. So you can convey your ideas through your words and through your content, but only the way you convey is like only with your express your ideas is only with your vocal, right? So till now, is there anything that you all would like to ask? On pitch, pace, tone, part of it, pause. All right. So let me move on to, yeah, go ahead. Yes, Samudra.
Right, regarding the pitch. So there are different how to vary that pitch, right? So tone is clear. So when you say the pitch, so there we get more clarity. If you can clarify it.
Right. So when I said pitch, I told you it's the volume, correct? Volume. Am I audible? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So pitch is the volume. Whenever there is an excitement part in your story, whenever there's any excitement part you wanted to say or any humor, you can go with a high pitch.
Right.
Okay. It doesn't mean that, we are on top of our voice. That variation, that mild variation, that the mild drama that we are trying to show it there. Okay. So as I was explaining it, you in your script, you're say, for example, you're saying, this is the most important part of my life. So you're trying to show the excitement to the audience. Okay, those kind of places, wherever there is an also when there needs an engagement with the audience, when you wanted to grab the attention of the audience, so you can go a little bit of high pitch, all those places, right? And any critical moment of your life that you in your story that you wanted to say, you can go with a low, some serious note, some pain point you're trying to address, all those things. You can go with a slow pace that, it gives that as a saddest part of the story. Yeah, it's a slight variation that you're trying to show within your voice modulation. Got it?
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now we just saw about the pitch, pace, tone, pause. There is one another thing that is very important that we all need to know is emphasis. Right? Emphasis. So emphasis is something that the stress that we are putting on any particular word or sentence. Like mostly, I would say that it would be on your takeaways, or if you have multiple places in your story where, like, people want to remember until the end of your story. Okay, you can emphasis on that point. Okay, so that strong emphasis, the strong stress on the word or the statement would make it more impactful. People will remember, okay, something this person is stressing and telling us. So that is the emphasis you might remember. Right? So emphasis is again a very important thing that you bring in with your tone only. Right? Now, for example, I'm going to say after this, this entire learnings that you're having it today, okay, remember, my dear Toastmasters, you can bring in all these things into your speech only when you practice, practice, and practice. Remember the kind of emphasis that I'm putting on this? And this is my call to action also. Practice, practice, practice. If I had told the same thing to you all, like, okay, Toastmasters, practice, practice, practice. Once you practice all these things, you will be able to deliver it well. That impact is important to stress certain words. Yes, Uma, thank you. So that impact is not that much. When I say Toastmaster, remember you have to practice, practice, and practice. That will have that impact in your mind that, okay, she insisted upon practicing this whole thing. Thank you, timer. I see the yellow card. Thank you so much. All right. So having said that, dear Toastmasters, so really only through practice you can implement all these things in your script. Remember, our script is only for 7 minutes max, 5 to 7 minutes, 30 seconds extra, right? So within all these 7 minutes, when you write your script, you write your story, you have to know where you have to go high, where you have to go low, where you have to go fast, where you have to go slow, and where you have to give the emphasis, which are the places you have to give pause. So many things that it is you who need to bring into your story. And that you have to decide it earlier itself, not on stage, only during practice. So that is what you will have to do. It's like, a director is having a story. Okay, now he goes and narrates a story to any actor or actress, say. They come out with so much of voice modulations, that's where it creates an impact in the actors, right? Okay, this is a beautiful story that he's narrating. And what is that one thing that makes the entire story so beautiful is the screenplay, right? What we see. So all the screenplay is nothing that the entire emotion you are bringing in front of your eyes, through your body language, to your vocal varieties. So it's like that. A normal story has to come out as a beautiful screenplay only through this. Uma is saying, decide the pitch, pace, pause, and tone during the script itself. Yes, exactly. So I think she's summarizing beautifully during the script itself. And deciding one thing, second thing is practicing. Otherwise, you cannot execute that on stage. Only through practice, you can execute it on the stage. Yes. So there's more important. Now coming to the practice point, how are you going to do this? This is the final part. How are you going to do this? I am telling you all to record your speeches at home. After you write your script, after you decide where to do all these vocal varieties, record your speech, switch on your video, okay? Listen to your voice alone multiple time and do a self-assessment. You review your own speech. You review your own voice and see whether there is appropriately you have applied the pause or your pitch, pace, tone, everything is there in the right place. Review. Again, you find it wrong, correct it. Again, do it. Again, do it. Again, do it. And for the body language, what you can do is you have to switch off you have to mute your video, and then you keep your phone and just see your body language without any sound. That's where you can do your analysis. Yes. So just go ahead and, practice. The only way is recording, practice, review, do a self-assessment. Again, find where you're making mistake, go ahead, record it, practice, do a self-assessment. This is a loop. You have to keep doing it again and again so that you have a very good analysis of your own speech even before you hit the stage, right? And then become very confident, and then you can come and give your speech, right? Now let's go on to the Q&A section. If anyone has any questions, you can go ahead. No questions?
Ma'am, I have a question. This is Rohit.
Yeah.
So my question is, I generally struggle with remembering the line of thought. So whatever I am practicing, even I have practiced for multiple times, when I am on stage, somehow I black out and I struggle while keeping the line of thought in mind. So if you have any method to practice, then it'll be great.
Yes. So it's a pretty common, everyone does it, okay? Because we are more focusing on our content, right? On stage, what we do is we wanted to complete our script. We wanted to, like, whatever we have written, we wanted to complete saying that. Our full focus is on that, right? So our mind keeps thinking, what next, rather than all those little bit of drama that in your voice and your subtle body movements, we fail to see that. Okay, all these will come only in the practice, is what I said. Now, how do you remember it? No, according to me, I always say, even to my mentees, I always say, do not go and completely mug up your script. Please don't do that. It is your story. Your story, you will know better, right? You have scripted it, you're writing it, right? Your story, you will know. So don't have to please mug up your story. What I do is I make points. I know this section, this section, this section. I'll divide into 3 sections. I know the sections. I'll make points. And only those points I will remember. There are a lot of memory methods to remember those points. You can connect and remember those points. Just have it as a pointers. And when you do multiple practices, I'm very sure that you're going to remember all your verbal content that is there in your script as it is. Because multiple times you practice, obviously those words, it will register. Right. So you're going to get the script as it is almost 80%. Even if you forget, don't worry. You know, it's your script, you know the language. Go ahead and make up the sentence on spot and give it. And even if you skip 1 or 2 part in between, don't worry. I mean, it's got. I mean, you've forgotten what to do. You can't do anything about it. Just skip it and go further. Don't like stand and think what the next line is, next sentence is. So when you keep thinking, that's why you're showing to your audience that, yes, this guy has forgotten. So he's thinking. Okay, you go and create your own next part of the script. You just go with the flow. Don't stop it. Thank you, timer. Thank you. Yeah, that's a red here. You got it. So I always tell them, you forget also, don't worry. You just go whatever is the next and next. You keep going. People will not know. Maybe later they might find there is something connect that is missing if it is a very key point that you have missed. Otherwise, you don't show to the audience that you forgot. Don't show to the audience. Your story, whatever you say is the story, right? You make the story, whatever you do with your story, it's your story. Whatever you say is what we know about your story, right? So you can make it anything and you can say it. Do not forget it. You make points, don't mug up your story. Just make points and try to connect those points and remember those points and keep connecting it and just go ahead. 80% you will read as per your script. Here and there you forget, it's fine. You can make with your own language, right?
Thank you. Thank you.
And anybody else?
Do you have time for one more question?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, most of our speakers are external because mostly we taking your talk in the office or something like that. So your mind will be racing and controlling the pace is becoming a very difficult thing. Okay, so you'll be thinking on the legs on the just on the feet and the just you're trying to keep you.
It's little bit echoing. Can I? It's echoing actually. Can you go a little bit slow?
Yeah, so that's the problem I have always. Because the mind is racing and you always try to control the pace, but it's very difficult to control the pace. So that is the problem many speakers face while doing public speaking or talking in a meeting or something like that. So how to control the pace when you're talking extempo, not on a prepared speech, but you are talking extempo. That's it.
See, again, right. So what I would say here is, this is mostly for the table topics, right?
Yeah.
It's mostly for the.
I'm clarifying. So it is for his meeting, during the meeting, right, in his office meeting. So when he's speaking, like he feels like racing condition, right? So quickly speaking.
Yeah.
So instead of controlling the pace, right? So am I correct?
Yeah.
So that's what he's a guest actually. So he's trying to understand this.
During your office meetings is what you're saying.
Yes.
During your office meeting. So
Yeah. Conference room talk, conference table talk.
yes. All right. So see, during your office meetings, it's like that only. I mean, like our table topics only. Mostly with our conferences, meetings, whatever we speakers go, we go with the prepared script. We know what we are going to deliver, so we can even practice that and go. Sometimes, like our table topic, questions will come impromptu, right? So in Toastmasters, we have table topics where that's why we practice when any questions comes impromptu on the spot. We try to speak for a couple of minutes. So that kind of practice only will help you to control all your racing. Okay, like the pace at which you're speaking is something that you need to practice. Okay, I know people like who speak like quickly, like 100 200 words per minute. Okay, without even understanding whether the audience have actually comprehended what you're speaking. They will speak what their mind is like saying to speak, whatever comes to your mind completely. Always, be it your office meeting or be anywhere, always remember you're communicating with somebody or a group or the audience or the participants. Remember, you're speaking for them and not for you. Right. So always remember try to understand whether they are able to understand. So when you put a pause and try to listen to them whether they have understood, you will pace out obviously. Right. Only when you wanted to speak whatever that comes into your mind, you will go on and on and on without any pace. You will be racing. Correct. Right. So you go in a more prepared manner of speaking, like pause and speak and try to see whether your audience understand it. Have that connect with your audience. You can raise questions, you can kind of interact with them. That way you will have a lot of time for you also to settle down. If any difficult question comes, you can also settle down and you can go process the answer in your mind and then answer more wisely, and you can also involve them. So this way you can handle the situation very well. Yeah, so that's why in Toastmasters, impromptu speaking is very, very difficult and very, very important, more than the prepared speech. Okay, prepared speech, obviously we all get prepared at home and we come and our script, we read out our story. But impromptu section is where like we are all giving our, instantly giving our story, making the story or giving a call to action, everything on the spot. Okay, that's a very good way of, practicing for us, and it will help us in our official profession also. Yes, to handle the situations.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sri Priya ma'am, for the wonderful speech and your suggestion about how to have a voice modulation in a speech. So
Thank you.
thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So we are continuing with our title, Expectation versus Reality. So am I the high international engineer? Not quite. I've just gone to London to just, how to write a code, and I came back to Chennai, how to live. So in this speech, what I have learned is what I've learned is that no matter how many master's degree you have, the most important intelligence in India is not artificial. It is finding the best biryani on a Friday. Do you agree? So for that, I will try. I am inviting our general evaluator Toastmaster Damodaran. Sorry, the general evaluator Toastmaster Damodaran to introduce him. He is an software engineer in Nokia, and his hometown is Nagarpur, and he lives in Tina. I invite Toastmaster Damodaran, the general evaluator, to introduce the group.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rapade, Rishi. Good evening, everyone. It is my privilege to serve as a general evaluator of this meeting. As part of my role, I will be evaluating the meeting, quality of the meeting, whether it has been organized well and how it ends and all those things. So to help me to evaluate, I have my tag team who will be helping me to evaluate the meeting. So in Toastmaster, tag team and for the new guest, so basically it's a timer, R counter and grammarian. So it's not just we speak and we go, we evaluate that, give the feedback, so that will help automatically for next time the speakers to apply it and they will improve themselves. So that is how it is, in time to speak with quality. So that's how we spoke it. And another important thing is in Toastmaster, we don't think of not committing mistakes. It's okay. Be free. It's a very fun meeting. So when you do a mistake, it's fine. We give the feedback and we'll improve it. That's the agenda and objective which we have. For that, our timer for today's meeting is Rohit. He is calm, composed, and driven individual with ambition of becoming the best version of himself. Let's welcome Toastmaster Rohit to introduce his role.
Thank you, Toastmaster Damodaran. I'll be taking the role of timer in today's meeting. As a timer, my job will be to time the prepared speeches, the table topic, as well as evaluators. For the prepared speeches, I'll be showing green card at 5 minutes, yellow at 6, and red at 7. For the table topic, I'll be showing green card at 1, yellow card at 1 minute 30 seconds, and red card at 2 minutes. And for the evaluations, I'll be showing green card at 2, yellow at 2 minutes 30 seconds, and red at 3 minutes. At the end of the session, I'll be giving my report back to General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rohit. Our all-rounder today is Toastmaster Lechukarthik. He is an IT engineer from Madurai, loves to read contents of history and psychology, a normal human being who wishes to make some difference. Let's welcome Lechukarthik to introduce his role.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Hello all, this is TM Lechukarthik, and I am the R counter of today's meeting. As the name says, R counter, so first let me define what my role is. I will be taking note of all the overused words and crutch words that are used by the speakers. When I say overused words, when we are out of words, people used to repeat their words, repetitions that they make. So I will note down the repetitions. And when I say crutch words or filler words, that means or some other meaningless sounds that we use in our speech. So I would note down all those words. At the end of the meeting, I would share that report to the general evaluator. And by knowing this report, it will be helpful for the speakers to enhance or refrain those usages in their future meetings. That is the purpose of my role. I'm giving this back to the general evaluator.
Toastmaster Lechukarthik. Our grammarian today is Pradyumna. Pradyumna is a member of Wipro Beats Toastmasters Club, a certified nutritionalist, won 4 consecutive triple crowns, 2 times path breaker, and twice runner-up in ISC area level. Played XCOM roles, SAA, VPE, Treasurer, President, VPPR, all contestants except CJ. He is an open book for all, but that's always an extra age. Extra page. He always find fun in everything. If he sleep, even Oppenheimer can't wake him up. Overall, he is okay. You are me. Let's welcome Pradyumna to introduce his role.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes.
Well, today I am playing the role of the grammarian, where I will be observing the grammar of every one of you who speak on the stage, and I shall be sharing what were the special and good usages and which could be improved. Besides that, we have word of day and the phrase of day. As you can see in my virtual background, which will be displayed throughout the meeting. First word of day is tether. Tether has different meanings depending on the context, which are the noun form is verb and the adjective form, the verb form is to connect two things, either physically or technically. It is mostly used in the context of the mobile hotspot. And phrase of day is hitherto undreamt of, which means something that is never expected that it can be happened. Uh, if we can't expect, it couldn't happen in the future too, but it happened. So that event is called as hitherto undreamt of. Example, the COVID and the lockdown are expected hitherto undreamt of. So, my dear audience participants, whosoever uses word of day and phrase of day, please do encourage them with appropriate.
Thank you. Thank Pradyumna. So I think we all have tethered to the Toastmaster to help us grow. Moment we leave the anchor, we lose our growth. So with that said, and I'm handing over to the Toastmaster of the day. At the end of the meeting, I will provide the evaluation report along with my tag team. Thank you.
Thank you, General Elevated Toastmaster Damodaran, for that wonderful speech, as well as you was the word of the day today, and wonderful, introduction of the tag team. So next is the prepared speeches. So for the first speaker, I invite Toastmaster Lechu Karthik to provide the speech details. Before that, I will try to give an intro about him. Just one second. Yeah, so Toastmaster Lechu Karthik is an IT engineer from Madurai. He loves to read the contents of history and psychology. A normal human being who wishes to make some difference. I invite Toastmaster Lechu Karthik to provide the speech details of Toastmaster Saroj. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rishi. And I really like when people read my intro multiple times because I'm getting more attention. That gives me that feeling. Thank you so much. And talking about my target speaker, Toastmaster Saroj. He is in his pathway presentation mastery, and he will be giving his speech under level 4 building skills. And so as a part of his project, he will be sharing presentation in explaining the speech, and the timings of his speech are 5 minutes. I request the timer to take note of the timings. It is 5 minutes is the maximum timing. And the title of his speech is Finding New Members in Toastmasters. All the best, Toastmaster Saroj. I'm giving the stage back to the TMOD.
Toastmaster Saroj, finding new members. Toastmaster Saroj, back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. So am I audible and visible to everyone? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So, so let me start with this trivia I just found yesterday. So maybe everyone of you would be knowing, right? Today is the 28th of February, right? So what is so special about this month? Any guesses? I mean, it is not documented anywhere. It's not a well-known trivia. I just found out yesterday. What is so special about this month? It has 28 days. What else? It is a month of February, and 28, that is today, is Saturday. What else is special? Any? No, it's not here. So, any guesses from the audience? From the online participants? No? One more hint is like 1st of February was a Sunday, and today is a Saturday. Okay, so not to wait you guys too much, so I'll tell you, I'll reveal the secret. So the starting day was Sunday, last day is Saturday. So what happens is it is a 28 days, right? So it is like equally divided. Okay, that means all the 28 days, everything starts on the Sunday and everything ends on a Monday. And then the following month, right? That is the month of March. It will follow the same day. So, for example, 15th of February. Suppose say it is Wednesday. Okay, suppose say 15th of March is also going to be Wednesday, and it's same for everything. That is very important for me because I keep a track on what day follows on which date because I had to plan, etc. But this month was a very special one for me because everything matches. So whatever I planned on February, right, I don't need to replan on March because all the dates match the dates. Okay, so coming back to my speech that I'm going to give, so it is about my fourth level that I'm doing, and it is the club series. It is the official PPT that is shared by the Toastmasters International. It is about finding new members. Okay. Okay, I hope you can see my screen.
Yes.
Okay, so let's start with a quote from Ralph C. Smetley, who says, "Let us share the benefit we have gained for ourselves and others." Okay, so that means whatever we learned till now, right? It makes sense to share it with new members, with old members, whoever we want to share it. So, and all of you must be knowing that recruiting new members is I mean, it is beneficial not only to our team, not only to club, but also to the Toastmasters as a whole. Because at some point, right, when you know something, if you want to know the same thing in a better way, you have to share it. You have to write it down somewhere. You have to make a summary out of it, and then you have to share it. Then only you will know how it is useful not only to you but also to others. So how do we recruit new members? So there are some points that is shared by the Toastmasters. That is like the first thing is we have to start with the people we know. For example, we know our friends, relatives, co-workers. So those are the guys who know us and we know them. So that's the first point of place where we should start. The second one is about wearing something that I don't have. That is the Toastmasters membership pin. I think it used to be given some time back, but now it is not. And if you have a Toastmaster pin, you flaunt it outside so that people see that and they're attracted towards it. And then there is a Toastmasters magazine. That is, we have the newsletters or magazines, so which we can also use it as an advertisement tool. Then also there is this distribution of the promotional brochures and also conducting a speech craft workshop. The speech craft workshop is, I think, something we are planning to do very soon so that more people are attracted towards the speech. And then the social networking website. So it is very nice that we already have a social networking website, which we regularly share every meeting. And through that, we gain or we come to know different new members who are willing or who have shown interest in our team. So this is the way to recruit new members, to have new members into our club. What is the next step? Once you have a new guest, a new member as a guest, what is the next step? Is to please that member, okay? To make sure he feels homely inside the Toastmasters club. So to tell this little funny, in a family, if there is one son-in-law, right? So whenever there is a son-in-law in a family, the most important guy is the son-in-law when if he is newly married. Okay, so son-in-law is new to the house, but he's the most important guy. So everyone, father, mother, daughter, relatives, everyone starts to cater to this son-in-law. They not only give him best food, they also take care of everything that he needs. So the new members is something like the son-in-law. So everybody in the team has to make this new member feel at home, so that whatever needs he has, he doesn't feel like he's not been looked after. Okay? So there are some points about that also. For example, we have to greet guests at the door as soon as they arrive. Now we are a hybrid meeting, so some of the guests are offline, some of them are online. So it is kind of mixed greetings, but we have to greet them. Then we have to make a positive contact. We have to have a personal contact. The one way is to sit with the guest, understand what he needs, and not only I mean before the meeting we call him, we ask him what do you need, and if he can get all the details here, but also after the meeting, how he felt about it, what is his feedback. That makes the guest feel more special. And then we have also the socialization. So socialization is something like let's go for a tea, have a chit chat with the guest, find out what he needs actually, and if he will be really benefited. Convince him that this is the place where the communication skills are really looked after, and he will be really looked after if he joins. So, and then ask the guest to visit again. So the number of new the amount of new members or the numbers of the new members that join the club, that is directly proportional to the guests they join, right? So as much as guests we have, the more number of new members we are going to get. So these are the main things that we should follow if we want new members, we want our club to grow. Always also there is this personal thing. I mean, always keep the club's membership efforts personal, helpful, and friendly. So everything towards the benefit of the new member. So then I'd like to end this with the quote from Homer: is that a guest never forgets the host who had treated him kindly. And I hope it is helpful for you, everyone. I mean, for me, it is very much important because I'm the VP membership, learning new things. But also, I think everybody, if everyone takes this into account in their in the time during the time they are in the Toastmaster meeting, then I think we will grow as a team, and it will be beneficial to our team. So, with that, I think I will end my speech. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Saroj, for a wonderful presentation about how to keep your members as well as this good. Next, I call upon the evaluator two, who is Toastmaster Rahul Soni, to provide the speech details for Bushali Ingle. So I will give a short introduction. Okay, please go. So Toastmaster Rahul is from CTM, and he is doing a family business into optics. He believes meditation can make the world a better place. Alongside, he enjoys photography and theater. And he is looking forward to pursue the same. His dream is to lead an independent life filled with truth, happiness, and contentment. Thank you, and I'm inviting Toastmaster Rahul Soni to provide the speech details of Toastmaster Varshali Ingle. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day. Roshali Ingle is giving her level 2 project to another pathway, presentation mastery. And that speech title is Seven Pillars and Miracles. And wishing the very best to Roshali Ingle. And with this, I hand over the control room back to you, Toastmaster of the Day. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rahul Soni, for that wonderful introduction of the speech. Toastmaster Roshali Ingle, Seven Pillars and Miracles. Seven Pillars and Miracles, Toastmaster Roshali Ingle. Back to you, Toastmaster Roshali Ingle.
By the way, there's one question.
Thank you so much,
What is the purpose
Toastmaster
of
of
a
the Day.
speech? Roshali? One question, just one question. I'm sorry. What's the purpose of your speech?
Yeah, let me read it out on the evaluation form. Even I forgot. Sorry for the short-term memory of mine. Let me check once.
Toastmaster Rahul, I've sent you the evaluation speech of Rushali English in your WhatsApp. Please check it.
Okay, okay, got it, got it, got it, got it, got it. Okay, it's effective body language. Got it, sir. Cool. Thank you. Sorry for the interruption.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day. I would like to begin with my speech. They say luck comes in seven. But what if I told you a family had to go beyond seven to break their streak? Let me tell you a story of a joint family. Picture a house bursting with chaos, 15 people under one roof. For years, this family was trapped in an unbreakable pattern. Let me take you inside this house of hope. It all started with the first child, a boy. Beautiful, healthy, perfect, right? A second child, another boy. Okay, two boys, not a big deal, right? After third boy, they desperately wished for our next one to be a girl. Wishing and hoping, but the fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, all boys. After the seventh one, everyone gave up on hoping and praying. They were ready to adopt a girl child and call it done. But not the optimistic grandmother. She rolled her sleeves, got serious about her bargaining business with a god. God, I'll visit the temple every Monday. I'll fast every full moon day. Just bless us with a girl child. She basically tried to manipulate the Almighty into giving her what she wanted. And then, the eighth time, the house prepared to welcome a child. This time, no expectation, just a quiet waiting. And then it happened. Finally, a girl child. A little girl who broke the pattern of seven boys. That miracle of the grandmother bargained the god into sending. The eighth wonder who turned a house of chaos into the house of completion. That girl. Am I audible?
Yes,
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So that girl is me. That girl is me, the eighth wonder after seven disappointments. I love to call my brothers disappointments. Six of them are cousin to me, but in a joint family, there's hardly any difference. We all grew up as a real sibling. I don't see any difference between my real sibling and my cousin. Sharing the same roof, the same chaos. It was all just like brothers. Now imagine this. One girl surrounded by seven brothers. Sounds like a fairy tale, right? Well, sometimes it was, and sometimes it was more like a WWE match. Their idea of playing with me, locking me in a cupboard, pushing the swing so high that it touched the ceiling. And once they actually threw me off the roof, luckily onto the mattress. But apparently that was their version of love. But growing up with this many brothers also meant my childhood was, let's say, very unique. Most of my childhood memories are like me running behind them, sometimes to play, sometimes to fight, sometimes just to make sure I wasn't left behind. I played their all rough and tough games, climbed trees, chased kites, even learned how to throw punches. In short, I was doing full dadagiri with them. My sister privileges was so unique from every other sister in the town. I was given everything without even asking. Raksha Bandhan was my favorite. Every year, my brother surprised me, making it more surprises me and makes it more special than the last one. I remember this one time, one of my brother came home from school with a Rakhi on his hand, and I threw fits and cried all day. How dare he let someone else be his sister? We still laugh at that story about that story. Hey, they also taught me everything from standing up for myself to stepping back when needed, from cooking to riding motorcycles. Everything that I learned is from my brothers. I remember when I was in seventh standard, I could barely reach the ground, but they make sure ha, about riding motorcycle. For the first time, my brother gave me the motorcycle when I was in seventh standard. I could barely reach the ground with my feet. but they make sure I know how to handle it. And they always make sure to teach me how to handle everything. So now, before you think my brother gave me the complete freedom, let me tell you, the overprotection was insane. Cooking near flames, too dangerous. I was not allowed. Cycling to school, out of question. The roads were too busy. Going out with friends, take one of your brother with you along. Basically, nothing was supposed to be done alone by me. When I hit my teenage years, I hated being part of this tribe. I just wanted to run away. And I did after my 12th standard. When it came the time for engineering, I chose Mumbai. When I announced my decision, I braced myself for drama. I expect shouting, negotiations, the whole family saga. My family is known for overreacting, so I was prepared for that. But my brothers, in fact, they teamed up with me to convince the elders of the family. All 7 of them appeared like an Avengers assembling, ready to fight my battle for me. I couldn't believe it at first. The same brother who never let me wander a meter away from them, they are now, when we were standing outside, were now standing by my side and letting me go 900 kilometers away from them. When I told them that college and hostel is far from each other, I was given a scooty. Mind you, I was not even allowed to ride a cycle in my a cycle to. I was not even allowed to cycle to school, and now I am given scooty in this big city of Mumbai. And that's when I realized what a privilege is it to be the only sister. It was the bond, the unspoken assurance. No matter what, I was never alone. As I grew older, I started noticing it more. When I had my first exam stress, they were there, joking to cheer me up. When I faced failure, they reminded me that I'm still their pride. And when I dreamed of something bigger, they became my cheerleader. They raised me, and it was never about holding me back. It was about making sure I had the wings to fly and a net to catch me when I fall. No matter how much they tease me, pamper me, or even throw me off the roof, deep down, I won't trade my 7 brothers for anything in this world. I might be a miracle child, but they are the 7 pillars that build my world. And they taught me that the greatest gift isn't being the miracle child. It is being surrounded by the people who make you feel miraculous. Thank you so much. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vishali Ingle. That was a nice speech. Even the members also enjoyed it. I don't know if Saroj and Damodar enjoyed it, but I really enjoyed it because I was sitting in the side and listening to a speech. I also got to know about my childhood memories. Thank you for that. And now we have the table topic session where our table topic master is Toastmaster Uma Maheshwari ma'am. And for the intro, I'll just give a short intro about her. She is an international bilingual author with 12 books and 4 audiobooks. She is also a handwriting trainer, communication trainer, and business coach. She is from Dynamic for Leaders Forum Toastmaster Club and Thoughtware Toastmaster Club. Back to you, table topic master, Toastmaster Uma Maheshwari.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Damodar. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. So as a table topic master, it is my duty to explain what this session is all about. Here, we will be giving a question or a quote to you, and you have to say what is your thoughts on it. You have to talk for 1 to 2 minutes. The timer will show the green card at 1 minute, yellow card at 1 minute 30 seconds, and red card at 2 minutes. The floor is open for everyone. Anyone can attempt the table topics. So with that, let us move into the session. Do we have any volunteers for today?
Yeah, actually we have Aravind, our guest actually. So
Thank you, Arvind. Yeah, we'll first go with Arvind and then we'll go to Mr. Toastmaster Rahul. So, yes, Aravind. So, let us go for an easy topic for you. So our expectation is to get up early in the morning, but reality will be completely different. So what is your thoughts on it? Expecting to get up early in the morning, but the reality is completely different for us. What about you?
Basically, getting up in the morning is not easy for everybody. If you see my case, I am a evening person, so I normally sleep late in the night, around 11 p.m. or so, and my comfort time is about 6:30 to 7:30 is a better time for me to get up. But many times you have to travel, so during those times you have to take a early morning flight, then you have to get up at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, something like that, and get ready. Those are dreadful times and very difficult to get on. So, but anyway, you have to get on with the life. So that's part of life. So when such occasions arises, then you have to adjust your timetable. You have to get some more sleep in the night and try to get up early like that. So this is how I've been managing my generally being an evening person to becoming a to adjusting for a morning person. This is the difficulties I've been facing all the time.
Thank you, yes, Arvind. That was indeed very true. Everyone, even I have 5 to 6 alarms in my mobile to get up on time in the morning. It is a very tough task to everyone. And thank you, you nailed it in a perfect way. And Toastmaster Rahul, you raised your hands. Do you want to go next? And then we'll go to Shravan Kumar. Okay. So Toastmaster Rahul, my question to you is,
Yeah, sure.
have you ever expected anything to be easy, but the reality, it was not? Have you expected anything to be easy, but in reality, it was not? And to add a challenge to Toastmaster Rahul, we should not talk about meditation. Anything but that.
No, there's definitely this is not a meditation session, 100%. This 100% the examination hall for sure. I mean, we go with confidence saying that, this paper is going to be very easy. That paper is going to be very easy. Especially when girls are in my school or college, where beautiful girls you see around, to just like we say our boyfriends, that exams are very tough. And the girls say, is it tough? No, it's very easy. It can help you out how it is. And they believe our stories. And some of they pass and some of we are literally collapsed in between, not knowing what to do and stuff like that. But couple of moments and incidents have been such that example, if it's maths exam, I prepare for social and went thinking that social is going to be very easy. Only to realize, oh my god, where am I where am I settling in the place right now? It's just like I didn't really plan this. And it just flew like tethered wings and I was like literally lost in the loop. And I was like, oh my god, this is something which is imaginary nightmare for me. Because at one point or another, you can still bear a friendly ghost in you. That's the reason they say Casper the friendly ghost. But the examination are not so friendly that way. And I think that is my experience with that. I would say that the experiences where I expected that things can really work out better for my better life, better growth, and it didn't turn out to be better because with time you're supposed to fail and grow in life, and that's the journey that's been throughout my life that's taught me. But 100% as guys and as growing adults, I would say that this journey has been 100% very more than unexpected. I would say it's uncertain, because in that uncertainty is only where I think the real challenge lies. And once you're overpassing that, I think that's where the growth begins outside the comfort zone. Don't expect it that it should work your way or the easy way, and some things go bad. And then when you want things to work well, only to expect that it's not going well, it's when it'll go well. And I think that's what my experience in life has been. That best things happen only when you don't expect it. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rahul. That was indeed wonderful. Timer, I'm not able to see the timer cards. Can you guys
Even I
able to
cannot
see
see the
it?
timer. Yeah.
So am I. I was wondering the same. Okay, I think
Okay.
he's facing some issues. I'll be the timer on the
Okay.
next speaker.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Lecture Karthik. Thank you. Okay. Now we have Shravan Kumar. Shravan Kumar, are you ready for your question?
Yes, sir.
Okay, wonderful. Okay. So, have you had any day that you used to plan, but it was completely different from the way you have planned it? Do you have any day in your life you used to plan, but it was completely different from the way you have planned it?
recently I had been to one trek, which is said to be a toughest trek in South India, which is called Kumar Parvata trek. It is near Kukke Subramanya.
Shravan Kumar, sorry to disturb you. Your voice is too low. Can you like check with it?
Yeah, am I audible now?
No, your voice is
It
too
is very
low.
good. You're
Just a
audible, sir,
moment.
but the volume is less, like in the lighter
Yeah.
side. Yeah.
Just a moment. Let me connect to my earphones.
Sure.
Sorry for the inconvenience. Is it better now?
Is it now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was on the way. I mean, I had imagined that if I start in the early morning, I can get down by night 8 o'clock. I will be back from the trek. I was in that impression, and I had prepared accordingly. But the reality was something different. On the way, there was a heavy downpour. Even we are not able to. We were continued even if there was downpour. People were saying that it is normal there, but for me it was really a terrific experience. Water current was opposite direction, and we are climbing in another direction. Water is coming down. We are climbing upward. It was a terrific experience. That was in recent times. What I have expected and which it didn't work out. And by night, we had reached around 2 o'clock back to in the midnight. We have walked across the forest in the midnight. 2 o'clock, we reached back to the from where we had started. On the path, I had one more terrific experience while we were going. We were able to see only the distance the torchlight can show us. Whether we are going right or wrong, we don't know. I just followed the torchlight and the people who are going in front. And we step even in during midnight also it was heavily raining. It was a downpour completely. Even path was also not clear. Whenever wherever we put our leg, whether it is a wrench or whether it is a stone, don't know. We keep on moving, and also also had few visitors like crabs uh, passing on along with us in along with the water. So that was a terrific experience, which I had imagined, but it became a great adventure in my life, a memorable adventure in my life. So that's my experience with that topic. Back to you,
Oh,
Master.
that was indeed terrific, I should say. And especially for a person like me who always avoid dark places, this literally made me to sit on the edge to know what happened next, what happened next. That was indeed a great speech. Thank you, Shravan Kumar. Timer, do we have time to go for one more or?
Ma'am, we can have one table topic question, ma'am.
Okay, great. So do we have any volunteers?
Ma'am, I would like to take.
Thank you, Toastmasters Nehal. So my question to you is, what is the expectation versus reality of your New Year resolutions? Because February is over, March is around the corner. So what is your expectations versus reality of your New Year resolutions?
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the lovely topic. First of all, I would like to tell you, whenever we compare our expectation and reality, expectation is something else and reality, it's way something else. So to be honest, I never wait for a new year to have a resolution. The day I realize I need to bring some change in my life or I need to start something, I just start right away. I don't wait for the New Year resolution or months to start or Monday to come. So, to be honest, I have already started what I had planned from November only. And so far, I felt that I didn't expect that much things I can achieve, but I achieved a lot. Yeah, still here and there is possible because whenever we expect, our expectations are always high. And the reality, when we actually start doing it, I feel that lot of problems, lot of hurdles we face. And when we start facing that hurdles and we say it's okay, it's fine, we will start it again. If we keep doing this, then only we can reach to our expectation. Because in expectation we never plan any hurdles. We think okay, I'll start working out, I'll start preparing for I'll start working out on my communication skill. But when we actually start, lot of disturbances, lot of commitments comes. And that time, if you have to sit back and just say it's fine, this will come, okay, I couldn't do this today, it's fine, maybe tomorrow I'll take out the time. And this way I have started, and I would say yeah, it's getting better day by day. So thank you so much, Table Topic, for the topic. Over to you.
Wonderful Toastmaster Snegal. Yes, of course, the key to success is the resilience. We may we may stumble on the breaks, on the expectations, but once we are resilient enough to follow towards the goal, we will definitely achieve the results. Wonderfully, you have narrated. Thank you for that. So, an excellent view, different perceptions on different questions. I thoroughly enjoyed the way you guys mentioned everything. Thank you for this opportunity, and I'm handing the session over back to the Toastmaster of the day. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Uma Maheshwari ma'am, for the wonderful topic, including also the theme, the great expectation versus the reality. Kudos to you. And I invite the General Evaluator Toastmaster Damodaran to call over the tag team as well as the evaluators. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Yes, now it is time to evaluate that meeting and provide the report, right? Whatever we have evaluated so far, we are going to share the report. So with that said, let me invite Toastmaster Lechukarthi to provide the evaluation report for a speaker, for his speaker.
Thank you, Toastmaster Damodaran. Give me a moment. My target speaker, hope I can begin now. Toastmaster Rohit.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yes. My target speaker, Toastmaster Saroj Patro. His speech was about building skills and the pathway is presentation mastery. I will be using the structure CRISP, CRISP. C stands for content, R stands for relevance, I stands for impact, S stands for style, and P for presentation. I will be evaluating the speech based on this structure. Getting into this acronym CRISP, Toastmaster Saroj had, his content was about finding new members, and his content resonated with that theme. He had a very good opening of an interesting fact. Following that, he had, with the help of the presentation, he had a very well-defined structure, talking about recruiting new members, treating guests properly, and all those insights, concluding with a proverb, a well-defined structure and a good content. The second is R, relevance. His speech content was relevant to his theme and to his project details, justifying the presentation, all those things, justifying his project and his Toastmaster, that pathways content. Third being the impact of his speech. So his speech content will create an impact on a specific range of audience. If the audience is a Toastmaster or a person who owns a club, he would get high ideas on how to extract or how to attract more members into his club or create or advertise his own platform. So for which this speech content will be of highly helpful and highly impactful. So his audience range is of a specific range. As I mentioned, it is impactful. The third being, the fourth one is his style. I'm a big fan of Saroj sir's style always. His style is always conversational, going on like a friend next door. So that is Saroj sir's style, and that is his style and his path. Though being his evaluator, I would like to challenge him to have a different style, to be more well prepared, and which I mean memorize his speech and have more ups and downs, like tune your pace, increase your pitch, and have a different style rather being a conversation, rather being a friend, be that different person who is imperative. So that is a challenge which I would like to give him. And he is a potential speaker. He can explore this side of public speaking too. I'm winding up with the P for presentation. When I mean presentation, it is the overall impact that the speech creates. His speech clearly gives a knowledge transfer on how to attract members out of this whole horizon that is around us. And that is very helpful and insightful. The speaker did a great job in creating awareness out of it. Overall, his speech was crisp, and hence I'm winding up with my crisp framework of evaluating his speech. I'm giving the stage back to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Karthik. It was an excellent evaluation. So you gave it very clear, CRISP, and it will definitely help the speaker Toastmaster Saroj, to improve himself. So now let me invite Toastmaster Rahul Soni to provide the evaluation report for his speaker.
Toastmaster Rushali, is she here? I'm just wondering that Toastmaster Rushali.
Yes.
I think
so,
she's.
Yeah, she's not here. So,
Okay,
but we will transfer this message to her. Sure.
No problem. Couple of only points, because I felt the speech was very nice. It was like a proper circle. She started off with a story. She had an element to it. She brought her own life touch to it, a journey with her brothers, and then the journey of how her life shaped up by joining college and how her brothers supported her. And coming from a village where the brothers used to pull her leg, but also same time support her, and how the college journey has shaped her to go into a new journey, and how that helped her shape her personality, and how she credits her brother's approach for that. I really like the content and flow of it, because it just started out with one point, it ended up with that same circle, I would say. That's the first thing. Couple of points that you would really catch up saying in the content base. Like the introduction was very humorous, very catchy. She made the audience engaged at first, like first child boy, second child boy, third child boy, till fourth, sixth child, it was only boy, and they decided to adopt, but it didn't work. And suddenly Almighty's prayer worked, and eighth wonder came into the family. I'm like, wow, what a play of words. I mean, that's really good. And of course, they say that seventh is a number for boys, and that's when the eighth, where the infinitism also begins when a girl comes into handy. And I think that's what the message I would really was able to connect with the story. I would say three elements: humorous, interactive, privileges, and control. These elements were there in her speech because I felt that she was adding a humorous touch of how it felt like a chaotic mess in the family. The humorous touch was there. Interactive, the WWE match and how they threw her off the mattress to have that kind of hook with the audience. I think that's something which was very cool. And the privileges of what she had as being with brothers and only being the only sister. And yet they were not always supporting but also controlling, because they would not let her go out overnight. And that was a challenge which I think most of the women also face. With all the social reliability and issues what she had in her speech, I really felt that there are only a couple of elements where I feel that she can actually work upon, because despite having a good content, the structure I felt was hazy. There was one point where she's saying that my brother used to do this, suddenly she's shifting to I used to be like that. I think that some unevenness was there. Because I feel that as a speaker, when you had a clarity of the structure, no, the enhancement is more clearer, more viable, and you saw confident. I don't know that Rosalie was confident. She was indeed very confident. But some parts, the first thing. And second thing, effective. I felt the body language was limited because the camera was not set properly. Maybe due to the background, she can work upon the background technicalities, because if the technicalities are done right, the body language are like the blockbuster. And I think these two elements are my observation for the improvement. To sum it up in a nutshell, the content was very good and it hooked the audience for the right approach, right date, with the following a circle approach. Only places where she needs to improve upon is the structure first. And second is that she has to set the camera right for the technicality online meeting where the body language element is clearly seen. And with this, I wrap up my report and I hand over the control room to you, Toastmaster Damodaran.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Toastmaster Rahul Soni. It was a wonderful evaluation. You set up the high standards for your evaluation. Thank you for that. So now let me invite tag team, the timer, Toastmaster Roti, to share the timer report.
Yeah, hi everyone. So I'll just quickly read through the timer report. Toastmaster Saroj took 7 minutes and 56 seconds. Toastmaster Vrishali took 7 minutes and 49 seconds. For the evaluation, Toastmaster Lechu Karthik took 3 minutes and 15 seconds. And Toastmaster Rahul Soni took 3 minutes and 17 seconds. I think everyone was well within the track. I missed the first guest who spoke during the table topic session. If you can help me with the name.
Aravind, guest Aravind.
Guest Aravind, yeah. So guest Aravind took around 1 minute and 20 seconds. Toastmaster Rahul again took 1 minute and 40 seconds. Toastmaster Shravan Kumar took 2 minutes and 15 seconds. And Toastmaster Snehal Jan took 1 minute and 50 seconds. So this was the timer report. Everyone was well within the time limit. And back to General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rohit Kumar. And let me invite for providing the ARC counter report, Toastmaster Lechukar.
Hello all. Here is my account report. So Ms. Prashanti Pachu, she had more than twice usage of the crutch word R. Toastmaster of the day, Rishi, he had all the usage of R more than twice. The educational speaker Sri Priya, at multiple times I encountered her usage of the filler words like Toastmaster Saroj in his prepared speech had the usage of more than twice. Vrishali, I couldn't notice any filler words or the other crutch words or repetition. Maybe I would have missed noticing, but she was flawless. Guest Aravind, he had usage of filler words more than twice. When I say more than twice, that is like it will be like 3 to 4 times. So in order not to mention an accurate count and create a demotivating sense, I'm giving just a range. So that will be an alert for all the speakers. Toastmaster Rahul Soni was flawless. Like I couldn't notice he was like a river flowing without any barriers, but he was flawless. I couldn't notice any words. Shravan Kumar had usage of more than thrice usage of filler words. It's okay. People were all clear. There wasn't too much of filler words used, and people were decent within their usages. All the best. That is my report, sir. I'm giving this back
thank you, Toastmaster. Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Lechukarthi. Again, it's a good report. So let me invite Toastmaster Regina to share the grammarian report.
So, the bonus will concept is there willing, they will can donate average limit.
Actually,
let's do one thing. Let's for the new members, let's not tell them as of now. Yes.
One second, I'm sharing my screen.
Yeah, can you please go ahead now?
Yeah, please let me know if my screen is visible.
Yeah, it's loading. Yes.
Today's good usage, sir, by Toastmaster Priya, paraverbal, which means it's depending on not what you say, but how you say it. And bland, which means something that is lacking strong features or flavors or characteristics, which make something not interesting. Saroj said cater, which means to alter or tailor your actions or activities or things to satisfy a person or a group. Uma Maheshwari, sit on the edge, which means to be in a state of high suspense, intense interest or extreme anticipation of something. And stumble means to slip on something physically or to make a mistake, not in general. And today's corrections. Someone said, when I landed to Chennai, what happened is, um, so since this context was in the past, when I landed to Chennai, what happened was, let me all ask you, maybe out of the tension, the words have been interchanged. Let me ask you all. Use an as much as the guests are. The correction is as many the guests are. Mm, for uncountable things, we use much, and for countable things, we use many. One of my brother, this is a common mistake made by Indians. When we use one of the, we are pointing to one person or one thing out of a group of things. For example, the Kohinoor is one of the diamonds, or Kohinoor is a diamond. In the same way, one of my brothers. And I could barely reach the land with both my feet. It's not feet, it's feet. Foot and feet, not feet. And what is your thoughts on it? It can be said as what is your thought on it or what are your thoughts on it. And phrase of day used by none. Word of day used by Damodaran and Rahul. Word of day could have been used able to connect with the story, able to tether with the story and hook the audience, tether the audience. This is where I felt word of day could have been used. Yeah, this is my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks so much. You are wondering how did you prepare a PPT in such a short span of time, right? You should share that. How do you do that to all of us, right? In the next session. Okay. Thank you. And now, with that said, I will have to give my overall report. Overall, that meeting started in time, and it was a very good education speech, which is actually the need of the hour. That is how to use the pitch, pace, and the tone. Right. So it was well said, and it really it hooked up the audience, and there was so much learning. Today it went like 21, 22 members were there. So it was really good session altogether. And then the meeting also, like there was little thing, but it is overall the structure of the meeting, and it was done very good by Toastmaster of the day, Rishi. So we coordinated it well, and now we will go to the poll report. I mean, for the best speaker and the best ever role players. I have just posted the poll. Posted. So kindly please fill up the poll. Yeah, you're there in the group, in the WhatsApp poll group. Yes, I have posted just now. Yeah. So kindly please vote in the polling. So probably at the after the meeting, like we will share the best role players. Kindly please fill it up. And with that said, I would like to hand over to the Toastmaster of the day, Rishi, to continue this.
Thank you, Toastmaster Damodaran and General Moderator. So, as I stand here today, I have, got a very important point between the expectations versus the reality gap. So, we expect that the highway should be very smooth, but in reality, we have road under constructions. However, here is my secret. In my line of work, computers fail. It becomes more and more smarter if it fails. It is same with us also. Our reality would be more sweatier, noisier, and more confusing expectations. This is where the real growth happens. Don't worry if you aren't in the expectations you're in. So keep your expectations more higher and keep your feet grounded, even though if they're in the Chennai traffic, which is too much dirty as well as too much, no more traffic and kachra. So what I would try to say is the most important in intelligence is not artificial. It is where when we resilience, it is the resilience when we try to step our foot in the forward when the plan changes. So thank you for the opportunity. I'm back to the presiding officer, Toastmaster Dhamma.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Rishi. It was a wonderful meeting. Overall, you conducted very nicely. We had education speech, then the speech session, and then the table topics, and it was overall a wonderful report which helps the team to improve. So with that, I would like to close the 354th meeting and adjourn the meeting. Thank you. And we'll
I'll
take
stop
a
the live,
quick
sir.
snap. Yeah, let us take a quick snap before we. Please come. Okay. Just Lechukati, you can take a snap moment we are here.
Okay, Toastmaster Rahul Soni, sir, would you like to switch on your video as we are taking a snap? Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we are video is on.
Video is on.
Yes, sir. I've taken. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
I'll share it in the group.
We'll adjourn the meeting. Thanks all for participating. It's a wonderful meeting. Thank you.